First, from the beginning, we'll discuss and we'll go uh, in a sequence. Like block one, if you have your textbook, you can look into that. Otherwise, you just listen to me carefully. And if you have a book with you, try to note some dates as well as uh, dates and some what I can say some important incidents which were taken in India during this transportation phase. The block outlined how, after the power struggle among the European powers, the Portuguese, the Dutch, the French, and the English, in their race towards the supremacy over the gorgeous East. So these Dutch or Portuguese or these French people came here for trading. Actually, they won't have their land is not very suitable for cultivate um, spices like cadmium, cinnamon, and bay leaf or whatever. We actually call it as masala in Hindi. So spices not suitable for them to preserve their food. So they came here and they found this land is very land fertility as well as very suitable for their to cultivate crops. So they came here and they established the East India Company in 1600. And after that, uh, like yeah, they came here as well as they started cultivating crops. For that, they require laborers to work in their company as well as to work in the fields. So they
Sir,
started.
page number?
Page number. No, actually, I'm giving just summary wise, so you can look. Uh, you can look first or second page, I believe, as what I'm teaching now. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So they started in 1600 year East India Company. That is Great Mutiny, Indian Mutiny, also called Sipai Mutiny, or the First War of Independence, widespread but unsuccessful rebellion against the British rule in India in 1857 to 1519 began in the Meerut by Indian troops Sepoy in the survival of the British East India Company. It spread to Delhi, Agra, Kanpur, and Lucknow. So these period marks the introduction of the English in India. As I mentioned, mm, um, they want laborer as well as some clerks to work in their company. They started teaching English in India. The year of the Sipai Mutiny, also in the year in which the first university were established in India. So, what are the first universities established in India? We'll see a bit later. Actually, in 1498, the discovery of the sea route to India by Vasco da Gama, and as just before I mentioned, in 1600, the East India Company was formed, and they prepared a charter, the East India Company Act 1813, also known as the Charter Act. Please note down, this is very important for your examination. Charter Act. It is also available in your textbook, or you can also note in your rough book or whatever. Charter Act 1813 was an act the Parliament of the United Kingdom which renewed the charter issued to the British East India Company and continued the company's rule in India. So during that time, Lord Dalhousie was the what I can say president of East India Company, and um, he asked he actually invade Macaulay's to India to give some suggestion to the Indians how to teach English in a rapid way so people can learn. So we'll discuss briefly about this Macaulay's Minute. This is also very important, my dear friends. Kindly listen carefully. Macaulay's Minute, that is, he is a FRS person, fellow of Royal Society, and Thomas. Actually, his own name is Thomas Babington Macaulay. He is a politician, essayist, poet, and historian, best known for the history of England. So, Lord Dalhousie invited him here to India to check and to know what is happening here, what is the condition of Indian population, and how to teach effective English here. So after he came on, Macaulay came to India, and he noticed that, and he said these words in England to the concerned person, like, I have traveled across the length and breadth of the India, and I have not seen one person who is a beggar, who is a thief. Such wealthy I have seen in this country, such high moral values, people of such caliber, that I do not think we could ever conquer this country unless we break the every backbone of the nation. So, in simple word, I'll tell you, like when he came here, then Lord Dalhousie asked him to check the condition of the Indian society. Then he actually astonished when he saw our culture, tradition, or whatever. Then he told, like, that easily we can't break the Indian culture or Indian traditions or our behavior. So actually, we are so great. Like, Indians are so great. So what we should do, we should break the backbone of the nation. So what they started, like, um, started giving jobs the one who is having good English. So of course, people run for learning English. So we'll think something more about this, which is her spiritual and intellectual heritage, and therefore I propose that we replace her old and ancient education system, her culture, for its Indian think that all that is foreign and English is good. Then, as I told you, then people, of course, people feel like, oh, okay, with the Sanskrit and with these Dravidian languages, with these Arabic or whatever, we won't get any sort of benefit. But if you learn proper English, we'll get a good job and in some good position in East India Company. Okay, so it's a, I could say it's a kind of cunningness, what these Europeans are doing with us or did with us. They will become what we want them, truly dominated nation. So of course they'll fall for our English, then we can dominate them. That is only happening today. Also, that is only happening. If you don't know the proper English, and if you don't have proper communication skills or writing skills in English, if you can't write and read or whatever, you can't reach to the global standards. That's what these English people made us. Okay. So we'll discuss what was his suggestion to the Governor General of East India Company. So Macaulay's Minute of 1835 became the blueprint of the English education in India. So everything, like, blueprint is like, if you have an exam, like annual exam, then you, like, the authoritarians prepare the blueprints, like, um, what sort of question should be given, like analysis, remember, or application level, what sort of question, easy or difficult or average, these sort of questions in all area, every aspect, exam perspective, in every aspect should be covered. So they also thought like they prepared English, it should be everywhere, and where it should be imposed more, and where should not be like that. They prepared a blueprint, and first Macaulay's in minute he mentioned like Sanskrit and Arabic language are nothing. That is not even uh, uh, it won't feel like it's a language. Uh, then he criticized both of these two languages, and he mentioned like a single shelf of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia. So, how badly he criticized our Indian literature, like a single self of. So, you can imagine in a self, you can have, you may have 20 or 30 books, or less than 100, we could say. So now, so there is a single self of books, more than like not even equivalent to our Indian languages. He criticized like. So I'm repeating these words, so you keep it in mind. It is very very important. A single self of a good European library was worth the whole native literature of India and Arabia. So he stated that. And Macaulay wanted the government to spend money only on importing Western education. So he suggested the second point is like the one who want to learn the English language, uh, so they only should enter into the academics, or in schools, or not schools, or like what I can say, gatherings. Okay. Mm. And the third one is medium of instruction should be. So he told like everywhere, if you want to read something, or if you want to like explain something, then everywhere he Macaulay instructed to the Governor General, everywhere you made everything in English, then people can uh, try
Is
to do.
Macaulay a British person?
Ah, yes, he's
Britisher?
a, yeah, yeah, he's from England, and
Yeah.
like East India Company's Governor General asked him to come to the India to give some instructions. So whatever explain, whatever now I'm explaining, those are the thoughts and ideas of Babington Macaulay. Okay.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay. So hope you understood clearly.
Yes, sir.
So Thomas Babington Macaulay, he is actually from England, and East India Company's what I can say, Governor General was Lord Dalhousie was there. Then he asked, because he's a essayist, and he's a he's from a good academic background, like a fellow of the Royal Society. So he asked, he can give some suggestion how to teach English in India. Then Macaulay came here, and he started writing his minutes. Minutes in the sense some instructions, rules. Okay. So he
Yes,
mentioned,
sir.
yeah. So he mentioned these things. Okay. Everywhere, if medium of instruction is in English, then definitely we'll go for that. If you don't have the other chance, so they made it as only a single option. There is no another option to opt to server. All right. And they made English language as official language as well as court language. So court language in the sense it's like in judiciary, or in our what we can say, law. So everywhere in newspapers or wherever in print media, they made English language as official language. And he also said like uh, he suggested to the Governor General about the down filtration theory. I hope you are noting down down filtration theory. What is down filtration theory? Definitely, these sort of questions may arise in your examination. So down filtration theory is like he made. See, if he wants to give the English education to the entire Indian population, then he needs a lots of money as well as schools or institutions or universities or lots of workers like professors or teachers or some preachers required. So what he thought is that if uh, uh, if the European people, like these British people, the one who are there in East India Company, if they teach to the famous as well as some prominent persons, the intellectuals, the one who is intellectual personalities, like from higher caste and all, if they teach English to them and they'll go to others and they'll teach. Hope you understand what I'm saying. Okay. So if I teach you in the class 40 persons about these Macaulays, then you 40 persons may teach to 40 others. Okay. The 40 may teach to another 40. Like this, gradually, it's this language or about this Macaulay, it may spread entire India. Then they'll get to know, oh, see, he's Macaulay. Okay, he's William Woods or Charles Woods. Like that, you will get to know. And prominence and dominance and importance of the English language, you will get to know. Like that. And under the Charter Act, uh, he suggested, Macaulay suggested to the Governor General to give 1 lakh grants. So this is the first time for education spent for in India from the granted aid system, 1 lakh rupees they spent. So what they did with that, Macaulay suggested like print all the books in English and donate it for free. So if they donate their books for free, then everybody in this country they'll try to learn. So he asked them to give grant and aid system to 1 lakh rupees for the indigenous educational institutions in India. New Charter Act in 1817 financial aid was increased to rupees 2 lakhs. In 1817 it got 2 lakhs. And he wanted Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in moral and intellect. Like this is the another important note or words of Macaulay. He says that English should be in blood, in Indian in blood and color. Okay, so if we see people, their blood and their color only should be like Indian, but they speak whatever they taste, whatever they have, and what their opinions and their intellectuality, like their knowledge and their cognitive level and their morality or morals, it should be in English. He mentioned the other point. Printing of English language books for free. Yeah, we have discussed about this. If they print it free, people can learn easily. And they, after teaching, like after learning the language, English language, they used to give uh, very lower classes jobs in East India Company, because if they give higher post in their company, then definitely you may dominate, and you may start fighting against them. So only they used to give assistance in their company, and accountants, as well as some clerical posts. They started giving to the India. Okay, and stoppage of yeah stoppage of stipends to the scholars. So the one who is learning Arabic and Sanskrit language, then he asked them to stop the scholarship. So if we stop the scholarship and like their opportunities, then automatically they'll stop their education for that, and they'll of course come for learn the English language. Okay, this is about what I can say. Lord Macaulay, Babington Macaulay, and will continuation to this, will discuss about Wood's dispatch. So same Lord Dalhousie asked Woods, William Charles Woods to India, and asked to give some suggestions how rapidly, like in a speedway, how we could reach all Indians with the English language. Then they started missionaries, some schools, and other things in India. Okay, we'll discuss. So Woods, Charles Woods was the president of East India Company. Sir Charles Woods sent a document to Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie, on 19 July 1854. So what he suggested to the Dalhousie. So what are the aims? Okay, what are the main instructions and medium of instruction? We'll see now. The aims of Wood's dispatch for the development of European literature. Then Woods came here, and he suggested, just a minute. Okay. So we are talking about Woods dispatch. So so Charles Woods sent a document to Governor General of India, Lord Dalhousie, on 19 July 1854. So aims were like for the development of European literature. So he suggested this, Charles Wood suggested to Dalhousie, how to teach their literature, not only this language, also to follow their tradition and their culture and their customs or whatever. And he suggested to develop the East India Company. So if we teach proper English and literature to the company, then it will be well developed. It may develop well, and gave Okay, to give only education should be given for the intellectual. So simply you can understand here, if they give um, like education only for intellectual personality, and then they'll work for you, and they may invent something for you, some new, they may come up with new things. So he suggested give education only for intellectual personality, so they can work well for the British government, that is East India Company. And he suggested like Macaulay suggested like uh, no Arabic and Sanskrit should be used at all, but Charles Woods suggested like we can use Indian language to teach European languages. So what he did is that if someone is unable to understand the like for example, I'll tell you, whenever you join UKG or LKG or first standard, then abruptly if they started teaching you big lessons, or they started giving you lectures, then you won't understand anything. Then teachers translate you from your mother tongue to other tongue. Okay. In that way, he asked to teach better English, then use uh, like like local language, and teach the European languages. Translate, if they translate easily, people can learn. Then another thing, medium of instructions. Medium of instruction should be in English. Okay, and also he suggested about the scholarship system. The one who perform excellence in an academic, and they'll get scholarship. Like he suggested, the one who learns English properly, and if they perform better, then they'll get the scholarship. So of course you will, if you are getting some money for your survivals, or for your maintenance, then definitely you will try to learn this language, English language. And he also suggested about establishment of in education department, like uh, he suggested those things, and also asked uh, to build a education department, so people, how the teachers and how the administrative workers are working for education. Also suggested for establishment of universities. So during his time only, like in 1857, in Madras, now it is Chennai, and Kolkata, that is West Bengal, and Bombay. These three universities during this Kotari Commission, or what I no no sorry, after this Kotari Commission may start, like during his period, uh, Charles Woods proposed for these three universities. So, and he suggested like university should be uh, what I can supervise the colleges, and colleges should for high schools, and high schools for middle school for low, for universities for colleges, and colleges for high school, and high school for middle school for primary school. So there is a supervision, and universities can what I can say, supervise colleges. Colleges can get to know about how functionalities of high school, and high schools may supervise the middle school for primary school. Okay. and expansion of mass education. Okay, like everybody should get the primary education for all, and grants in aid system. So whatever money required for this teaching English in India, just a minute, friends. Long back. So in this way, he like suggested to the Governor General, and expansion of mass education for all. Like everybody should um, go and everybody should get education. And he started granting aid system also, like special like budget or special what I can say treasury for education system. And he also mentioned about training for
Sir,
teachers.
you're talking about Macaulay, no?
No. Long back I left Macaulay, and now I am talking about uh, Woods, Charles Woods. After Macaulay, no, he came here. Lord
Acha,
Dalhousie,
okay.
Lord Dalhousie, the one who like Governor General of East India Company, um, like it's a kind of see. Will be transferring one principal or one teacher from one place to other place. So they may give good their outcomes and their knowledge to the particular area or particular institution. Okay, so change and upgradation require. That's what uh, they asked. Um, okay, training for teacher. So training is very essential, not only in beginning days, but it should be taken place every 6 months or 3 months, within a 3 or 6 months duration for all. As if we give proper training to the teachers, then they'll get to know what is happening, what are the changes, what are the changes in curriculum, what are the changes in syllabus, what need to be uh, like what is like anecdote records, as well as what is rubrics, and many things teachers get to know, to understand, to teach effectively to the students. And if a teacher can become approachable with this training, then he can or she can understand the students well, and student will be benefited as well as teacher too. All right. So he suggested Charles Woods suggested for training for teachers, and also he suggested for education for women. Like during that time only, even we know that now also in city areas also some like parents or the society hampered the capabilities, the intellectual thoughts and the intellectuality uh, by the society. Like ladies should not go out of the home to learn or to get the education or to work somewhere. Then he asked to give better education for the women. Also, Muslim education. He also suggested like um, to give better education for Muslim minorities or Muslim community. He also said about the vocational education. So if you become skillful person, then you will have lots of opportunity to like sustain in this society, to serve in the society. So occasional education gives you good skills. For example, if we see like tailoring and ITI, like industrial training institute, and some other things like MLD or DMLD or any something other courses. So, if I want to tell you, comparative this education, we have very great demand for skillful workers or skillful laborers, I could say. Um, uh, now, compared to a teacher or professor, we have a great demand for the plumbers or mechanics in the society, as well as electricians also, because uh, um, actually people are not skillful, and population it's growing highly day by day, and there is no skillful person to do work. That's what this vocational education, as well as education for employment. Then education, we are just teaching, and you are just listening. There is no what I can say practical education. So if you go somewhere, then if you want to do something or if you want to perform something, then you need a good experience, or you need skill. You should be a skillful man or woman. Okay, and some merits are there. So merits are like educational policy. So he prepared a policy like education, how should be education sector should be, and how it should be inspected in monthly wise, and how reports are should be mentioned, and what all the things should be there in the department or in the university. Okay. And educational importance of Indian literature and culture. So, to know about the Indian literature and the culture, and also Indian language as medium of instruction. So, he suggested, like just before I mentioned, um uh, about this medium of instruction should be in mother tongue, and then it should be translated if they are trying to teach uh, other than mother tongue, and displacement of public instruction. Okay. And establish of universities in India, we have discussed the three universities, and expansion of mass education. So what happened? Um, education for yeah, the establishment of universities in India. There's three universities are actually like started during that time I mentioned, like Madras University and Kolkata University, and other one is Bombay University. Okay. And expansion of mass. So before even we have discussed about this expansion of mass, like education reach in what I can say in a rapid way. And the Indian Education Commission, that is 1964 to 1966. So this Education Commission, that is popularly known as Kutari Commission, was Kutari Commission was formed on 14 July 1964. Kotari's full name is like Daulat Singh Kotari, and he was the chairman of the UGC. Okay. Uh, okay. His full name was like Daulat Singh Kothari. He was the chairman of UGC, University Grant Commission. Like if you can notice these university like Usmania University or Kakatiya University or Palamuru University or other some universities accredited by NAC and with the help of NAC, like great, and this UGC University Grant Commission, the university will give the university wants permission, then UGC give depend on after checking and after knowing all the facilities and requirements, what all things required to be this place, then depend on that uh, uh, permission will be given. The Kothari Commission had a core group of 20 members. So, in this Kothari Commission, 20 members were there to know the academic condition of India. And they'll come and they'll submit to the department head or to the concerned person. Okay. The commission took a consultation from a panel of 20 hours. So what happened is that they 20 members throughout India they gathered and there was 19 working groups or task force in the commission. In a span of 21 months, the commission had interviewed 9,000 people who were working as scholars, educators, and scientists. The report was submitted by the Kothari Commission on 29 June 1966 to MC Chagla, the Minister of is the Education Minister. Objectives of this Indian Education Commission or Kothari Commission to provide policies and guidelines for the development of education in India. To provide policies and guidelines for development. Yes.
Can you send a screen whatever you are explaining heading on page, any page here on the screen?
Lily, are you there?
No, just whatever you are explaining, just
no,
show us on the screen.
No, I've understood. Like I want to ask Lily Meruga, is she there or not? Yeah, actually, you are only.
Yeah, she's there. Lily.
Fine. So I'll share this entire PPT with you. Okay, whatever I'm discussing now. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So, till where we have reached? Yeah. Okay. Then the okay. 20 now there was 19 working groups or task force in the commission and they started moving entire India and they came to know about a few problems in education system and they came and submitted to the head of or chairman of the Indian education system. Okay. So the report was submitted by the Kothari Commission on 29th June 1966 to MC Chagla, the Minister of Education. Okay. I will give a discussion that. Now, objectives to provide policies and guidelines for the development of education in India, to find and evolve a general pattern of education in India. Okay. Um, to find involved general pattern of India, to examine every aspects of the Indian education sector. Just this is also I mentioned. They went to entire India and they got to know and they inquired what is happening, how should be taught, or how should we teach, and what sort of content should be maintained. If we give higher level of content people or students may not understanding, then depend on that they'll use the what I can say, or wearing clothes or whatever. Um, like, to examine every aspect Indian sector, although the Kothari Commission was established to review the entire. Okay, so they went to entire Rome, entire India, and they got to know what are the problems, and they submitted. And this gave some recommendations. The Kothari Commission had given 23 recommendations to revamp the education system in India. Defect in the existing education system. So, what are the defects uh, in the education system and the aims of education system? So, why we are teaching and what sort of syllabus should be required to overcome the problems and to come out of the barriers, and methods of teaching and what sort of methods should be used, and textbook, what sort of textbook should be prepared, what standard of textbook should be prepared, and educational structure and standards, and the physical welfare of students. Like not only we are mentally fit, we should also have this physical health, like our health matters a lot, and guidance and counseling. So to the students or to the people, guidance is required. What to read and what to do, what not be done, what should not be done, and counseling. So wherever required, we need to give counseling as well. And education for women, just we have discussed, and problems of supervision and inspection. So um, we have university schools and primary schools and secondary schools. So whether they are functioning well or not, the proper in every step supervision and inspection required, as well as three language formula and distance education, vocational education, education on morals and morality required to maintain peace in the country, and adult education. So, in adult age, what are the changes in them and how to cope up with their changes and the thought process, and work experience. We need not only content knowledge, but we should have work experience. Then only it will be helpful. And administrative problems. Uh, what are the problems in administration? And he also suggested about free and compulsory education for all. So these are the things for today. So today we have learned about the Macaulay as well as Woods Dispatch and Indian Education Commission. That is also known as DS, the Daulat Singh Kothari Commission. And what are their recommendations? And in next class, we'll discuss more universities commission, and we'll explain the same. We'll give the gist whatever we have learned for today. This is for today. Thank you, my dear friends, for being patient.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, sure, Aisha. And okay, I am taking only you are present today. So this Lily is not responding. No, she might be busy. All right, no issue. Okay, friends. Okay, Ash, have a good
Yes.
day.
Okay. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Sir, is class finished or you are explaining more? Till 3 p.m. Is their time. But